Okay, so the last time that we played, you guys were in the midst of the Sahuagin fortress, and you were in the midst of the final attack on the fortress, acting as the shockwave against, the main armies of Saltmarsh and the other allied forces swooped in and took the fortress in its main attack. And after valiantly taking down several waves of Sahuagin and almost defeating a very large Blade Master who managed to take down a couple of you guys before the Saltmarsh army swooped in behind you, saved the day, and whisked you guys off to safety, able to take the Sahuagin after you guys had managed to draw some of the defenses away from other areas of the fortress. When you guys got back, you were fairly handsomely rewarded by the Saltmarsh Council. Eikooc was given a small cabin in Crabber's Cove of Saltmarsh to act as a new home for the party, should you wish to use it. And you were all given official citizen of Saltmarsh honorary titles as well as medals. And you were able to select a magical weapon as your reward.
Yeah.
So,
for Scott.
Have a safe assumption that the night was spent in the great feast in the huge party of Saltmarsh, and the next day when you wake up, presumably on the ship, you'll see that the package has been delivered sometime during the night, and a large greatsword is sitting with a scroll with a wax seal on it nestled next to it.
Well, let's take a look at that.
So I've gone ahead and put the greatsword in your inventory there, Scott, and
it just appeared on the ship overnight?
as far as you know.
Alright.
But a small part of you believes it was brought here by mundane means.
By who?
Mundane means.
One of the sailors on the ship?
Your arch nemesis.
Is there like no shirt Joe?
Certainly he's around.
Got some good names of crew members.
Free Willy.
Free Willy. I forgot that.
So
write that one down.
Kelnozz, you said you were going to look at the scroll?
Well, sure. If no one else is going to pick it up.
Okay.
How hard did we party last night? That's
you can
what I need to know.
Have partied as much as you wish to.
I insist heavily partying.
I was a bit of a wallflower.
I would have encouraged Tharhun to party hard.
I didn't know what to think of all the flailing about and merrymaking. It seemed all very strange to me.
Shaking your moneymaker.
That part scared me inside. But I...
Something else.
What?
It awoke something in you.
No, it was all just very disturbing.
I've regaled everyone with stories of your bravery.
That part
And
was
the
good.
underground and the little Sahuagin base there. I embellished for dramatic purposes. Mostly my deeds, but your deeds as well. So, like, the crew, there's rumors going around about Tharhun, this, like, incredible warrior who slayed hundreds of Sahuagin with his bare hands. Can I roll to see how much the crew now believes these stories? These tales?
Sure. Make a either a persuasion or a performance check.
Yeah, it would have been a performance. Especially with that much alcohol involved.
The crew believes it's regular amount from what you tell them, which is probably more than they should.
That's true. That's true.
I take a look at this blade. I unsheath it slightly, and I nod my head in approval.
While he's doing that, I'll read the scroll. Seems like an opportune moment.
All right. The greatsword is very finely made, made of steel and ornate brass on the handle, but it is functionally a greatsword +1. Kelnozz, you break the seal, the wax seal, and open the scroll, and you see this is written inside.
Dear travelers, Commander's Fireborn's tale of your bravery.
Oh, Commander Fireborn's told me tale of your bravery. Sorry.
Told me tale of your bravery.
Damn.
If these tales are true, you have an ally in justice at Burle. The Coldwind Peninsula is in dire condition. I feel as if we're live in Powder Keg and giving off sparks. We must speak further in person.
Pick the bad
Travel
one.
to Burle. Travel to Burle as my guest and show the guards this scroll bearing my sigil.
Oh man, so many typos. I'm so sorry.
Kira must not know the ways of the common language, the written language. She should really get a scribe.
She should get a scribe.
We should hire a scribe. Go up one.
You all temporarily die.
It's canon now.
As the storyteller closes his book.
Do any of you have a map of the area? Where is this place mentioned in this scroll?
Well, I have this
we've been
regional
there.
map.
We've been there before, and we all copied the regional map after we lost time. So we all have a copy of this now.
Very good. And we will never lose it ever again.
Let us make you a copy.
Excellent. As you make me a copy, my eyes go wide as I look upon it.
Make you a copy.
The
We tattoo it into his arm.
Oh god, not that far. Anyway, my eyes go wide as I look upon this map and I say, "Oh, this place was revealed to me in my vision as I came created in this world. Yes, and the great symbol of Maraganor lay across this forest, and it stretched out across the forest and pointed towards a fortress. Yes, this is the purpose that I have come here."
We've been through that forest, and there really aren't any trees in there. It's really just mushrooms
And poison.
and alligators.
Jazz
Must be Jazzwazzles. I never heard of such things. But
Neither
I
had
know
I.
that my purpose lays towards this place, Burle, and perhaps there's some injustice that needs to be righted in the world there. We must go there with great haste, is basically what I'm saying.
Well, you spin a mighty tale there, Tharhun.
Yes, and the sword was pointing towards this other town on the map. I point towards Taden. What do you know of this place?
There was a great fire.
Many valuables are lost.
So many valuable. We've had a bad experience in Seaton. They're not friendly to our kind.
Racist AF.
Yeah.
We vowed to never return and never speak of that place again. Brings up painful memories.
I see. Why do they hate your kind so much?
It's a good question. You should ask them that question. However, they do seem to fear anything different. They hate the elves. I don't imagine they would look upon you favorably, Tharhun.
Well, I do serve an elven god.
And
Why do
see,
the elves have
that
such a
is
bad...
Specifically what they're against.
I see.
No elven religion whatsoever that can happen within the walls of Seaton.
Ah, this is why Moraganor has sent me there. The lord of that place must be in league with evil if he resists the will of the Lord of Justice.
There was a great fire.
Why was there a big fire?
Most of the city likely burned to the ground, so it could just be a complete wasteland.
Well, don't they have any sort of fire department? How could an entire city be let to burn to the ground? It seems incompetent. How did this fire begin?
Let's not
Have
go
you ever
pointing
heard-
fingers.
Have you ever heard of Folus Kincarn? I think that's what it's called.
Elvish. Who are these Fel Khan? Fallen Leaves. What are they? How are they involved?
Well, I didn't make the deal, so I don't know. I mean,
What? What deal?
Kelnozz? I'm pretty sure somebody swore about blood oath.
It was Tharhun.
Oh, was it there?
Yeah, it wasn't Kelnozz.
Oh God. Well, Tharhun, your predecessor may have sworn a blood oath.
A blood oath?
Owing I think it's Folus or Phalus
I
Kincarn.
probably have it written down.
Yes, owing the Fallen Leaves a favor. However, it was relieved by I think the people of Silverstand.
A blood oath is not a thing trivial to be relieved. Perhaps I've been sent by Moraganor to restore my soul to honor for my past life. It seems I had fallen astray. These Felke Kern, are they on the side of justice or on the side of evil?
That's to be determined. They appear to be elves fighting back against oppression. However, their methods are probably not the most noble. Holy shit, that's a lot of rain.
Well, if they fight on the side of Moraganor, they may be worthy allies. But if they dabble in the black arts and the trading of blood oaths, I'm uncertain if they can be trusted. And what of this Kira Shadowbreaker in Burle? Can she be trusted?
We've never met her in person yet. She was far too busy for unknown people such as us. But we have every reason to believe she can be trusted.
Yeah, we met Gorgos, her lieutenant,
Yes, we did.
but we weren't important enough to speak with her. Apparently, we have made a name for ourselves enough to speak with her now. So much so that we were invited. She forgot to send a limousine, which is a type of cow.
Type of cow. Why
Very
do we
long
need cows? Long cow.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Jeez. Jeez. Well, it's uncertain who we can trust, but I feel we must travel north and find out more.
Well, how do you gentlemen want to get there? We could take our ship, or we could travel by land. If we're going to leave the ship, we should probably leave it here, as opposed to, I don't know, these guys call Saltmarsh home.
Yeah, we could ride back up to Burle.
We should ride, and perhaps we can stop in Silverstand and make sure the elves have made it safely to Abbey Island.
So a good old trip to Burle with a quick stopover at Silverstand.
Just to check on them.
Yeah. Certainly there won't be other side quests to do while we're there.
I'm sure there's nothing that could possibly distract us.
We've done this numerous times where we've quickly stopped in just to check around and then went back to the main quest. Why would this time be any different?
All right.
Do we still have our horses? Whatever happened to them?
I'd say you likely don't have horses on the ship, but
No, we would need to get new ones, I think.
Oh, we could speak with the council, maybe now that we're heroes of the city. Certainly they could lend us horses.
Excuse me.
so what's the plan?
Let us get some horses, head in the direction of Burle, quick stop. And then back onto Burle. Yeah, quick stop into Silverstand. Check on the elves.
Very good. You all secure your horses from the stables here in town. As for me, Maraganor shall provide. I cast Find Steed.
Ooh.
Are you calling back your old horse, or are you going to do different?
No, it'll be the same horse.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the horse comes down, and I kind of like check out the horse, and the horse looks startled at first, but then, you know, we have a telepathic link. This horse, she knows me somehow. Luna is her name. Very well. She must have served me in my past life. She'll
Indeed.
serve me again.
She was quite OP.
For a moment.
For a moment there.
She brought quick death to our enemies.
Ryan, on the other hand, got several weeks of Dan and Troy.
It's funny because as I was reading it, I was like, "Borbs is wrong," and I
I
typed
love
this
that
in,
response, Ryan.
and then I
was
read the next paragraph. I'm like, "Oh."
Fine print gets you again.
Yeah, I had a huge shit-eating grin on my face when you were like, "No." Check out my watch.
Because I literally was like, I need to make sure that this is correct first. So I look up the rule. I'm like, oh no, Borbs is wrong. I got it.
It is
And
all
then I
under
read
one
the
big heading.
paragraph
So
and just yeah, worked for a while though.
it's true.
So what does it do? Actually, it just tells you only
It
about
tells
animals,
me their
or
number,
Their numbers,
what they are,
yeah.
and their direction of travel.
okay. So you can still basically get
It
most
tells
of it.
you which of your favorite enemies they are. So
Yes,
you'd be like,
sorry.
these are humanoids,
Right.
or these are giants, because that's your other one, right?
Yeah,
That's your greater favorite enemy.
yeah.
So
Those mountain giants stole my family.
There you go.
Across the tip.
Bastards.
all right,
But
so
then separately than that, you can read the mood of animals.
Yes.
you can talk with animals, basically.
I can talk with animals, but I haven't found it super. Like, usually when we're talking with animals, Kelnozz can just bust out bims or something.
Hey,
gotta
what do you?
do something.
I had to try to communicate with sharks using spells, and you're just sitting there with your
Sitting here, able to communicate with sharks.
ah. Hey, yeah, that was transported.
Oh my
to the shark.
god. The sharks
almost
that were
killed.
like,
The orcas.
or the orcas that we were
Yeah.
like trying to like talk to. You could just talk to them. Amazing.
But in
In basic concepts.
yeah.
All right. Well, anyone who's buying a horse may deduct 75
Whoa.
gold pieces.
I
from
was
their-
promised we could borrow them.
If you are going to try to throw your weight around, you can make a persuasion check.
Hell yeah. I'm a hero. I have to pay for things like normal people.
All right, you make it, and you don't have to pay for your horse.
Yeah, I make a big scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and throw my weight around too. I'm not paying any of that bullshit.
All right, 10 is what you need.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We both make a big scene at the stables.
Well, he's the captain. I mean, he can't pay for it if his best mate doesn't have to pay for it.
But it's like not that good persuasion. Like we're kind of like stomping our feet and like bit of a tantrum.
Come
The,
on!
Stable hand who gives you your horses seems to worry out loud that he might not be eating for the next week or so, but you have your horses.
I look at the stable hand and say, "Give me your fastest horse," and I pay the full price.
All right, you get a riding horse for 75 gold pieces.
Riding horse. Is it the same horse that everyone else has?
Except for
Not
Scott's, yeah.
not a celestial horse.
No,
The
a
heavens.
celestial horse. Damn, they were plumb out of those ones. Didn't have any left in the back.
All right, well then, before you guys leave, just make sure you're not carrying anything too large to carry on a horse, and then we'll be off.
I stow some extra weapons back in the ship.
As we mount our horses, I'll reach into my bag and take out a little piece of my not regular seaweed, and hand a piece over to Kelnozz.
Well, what do you have there?
Oh, it's from the deep water. It's not regular seaweed, if you know what I mean.
What kind of seaweed is it?
You'll just have to give it a try and find out.
Well, talk me into it. Kelnozz eats the seaweed.
All right. I have to find the rules.
What does it taste like?
It's bitter. It's very
Oh,
bitter.
this is very bitter, Brynn.
Well, it's more long-term effects. You'll enjoy them.
Okay, roll a D100.
Oh, boy.
Oh god. 100 is instant death.
The old lucky 66.
All right, so a few minutes after you ingest this strange seaweed, you start feeling a euphoric kind of glow, kind of feeling in your chest, kind of well up, and as you start digging the air, you notice that colors are swirling and borders of things are kind of moving around, and it's very much like a koala craft a rainbow in your brain. However, you do feel poisoned.
I don't have the strength of a bear that has the strength of 2 bears.
You'll have to test that out versus bears.
Oh god.
So I have poison condition?
Yes, for the next
Okay.
6 hours.
Which means what?
It's like disadvantage on saves, right?
Disadvantage
So
on
nope.
attack rolls and ability checks.
Ah.
So no backflips.
Or just more backflips, because who cares, right?
Or just
Well.
more backflips.
It's worth it.
He looks like he's having a pretty good time. So you guys.
There are many strange things in this world. And I don't know I'll ever understand.
So, Brynn, are you just dealing the stuff, or are you having?
Oh no, I was just giving it to Kelnozz. And I take a
Amazing.
big swig of wine as we start our journey northwards.
Kelnozz embarks on a psychedelic experience for the next 8 to 12 hours.
Spoony.
Okay, and you guys are heading where?
Going to Burle with stop off at Silverstrand.
So we're going to Silverstrand first, I guess.
Yeah, but we'll go up that highway to the northeast and where there's the fork, right? And we go to the right and then go through the path through the mountains into Silverstrand with the big tree guy. I forgot his name. Tree man?
Well, most of the normal travel hazards for you guys are going to be a little lower level, so we're going to skip over some of it. So, what I do need is going to be a survival check. Whoever is kind of primarily leading the group.
I'll make this survival check. Out ahead on the horse. Survive. Yeah. 19.
All right, so with Brynn's expert traveling or expert leading and survival skills, he's able to keep travel fairly quick during the next day or two as you start moving towards up north towards Burle. And on the third day, as in the morning, as you just start your journey for the morning, you are getting close to the part where the highway would branch up into Seaton or continue onwards between the two forests and to Burle. And you enter into this forest clearing. Everyone should make perception checks. Oh, I didn't hide anything.
I'll be making I'm transcending space and time. So get advantage here.
Perception?
Your 6 hours is well over, so you don't need to worry with that. Kelnozz,
Okay.
this is 3 days later, basically.
Ooh.
Guess you guys are further down on the map here.
I can see through time.
Alright, so both Brynn and Eikooc, you can hear in the distance, or I say distance, but it's really probably only more like 50 or 60, 70 feet away. You can hear the murmur of several voices and smell a recently extinguished campfire. It just seems to be coming from just around this bend, which is slightly obscured by these hills.
There are people ahead. Should be on guard, but I'm sure they're friendly. Brynn, what's their mood?
Captain, I'm feeling a little bit off. It's like I know that they're there, but I can't really sense their feelings anymore.
Damn it, Brynn, why do we bring you along?
Brynn, what happened?
There must be some kind of force at work here blocking my ability to sense the feelings. I'll have to continue trying.
What sort of evil creature would block you from using your well-earned abilities?
However,
Alright.
I can tell you that there are 6 of them? 4?
Are you
You know
going to
that?
do your...
I'll do my thing anyways, and that's how I detect that I suddenly can't detect their mood. Just that they're there and what direction they're going.
Alright, you take a moment and concentrate on the path there. And after a moment, your senses are tuned and you can detect that there are scattering of humanoids throughout the 5-mile radius. There are a couple giants scattered in the 5-mile radius. But immediately in front of you, as I said, about 60 or 70 feet away, you can detect there are 7 humanoids kind of clustered. And very slowly you can see creeping, or not see, but detect creeping closer to them 3 giants.
Ooh, creeping giants. And from detecting what direction they're going, can I tell that the giants are separate from them? Like, are they 2 areas, or are they all traveling together?
The giants seem to be converging from 3 different directions
Oh, shit.
on this camp.
Captain, while I can't sense their intentions, there's a group of humanoids in front of us, but there are giants closing in on their position. I can't tell if they're just friendly and bringing dinner to them.
Quickly, we must warn them
What
to
I
be
know-
on guard.
I wouldn't trust them.
We must prevent the ambush. Post haste.
So let's ride into the fray here then.
Right into the fray.
Yeah.
Gallop forward.
Okay. As you guys gallop around the bend there, and the hilly outcrop passes through your vision, you can see through the light brush the campfire, and sitting around the campfire is 6 men and women in the raiments of fair hands, and they are just closing up their camp for the day.
I yell, "Fair hands! There are giants approaching! Arm yourselves! We are here with you!"
Don't we not like the fair hands?
No, we don't like them.
No, like we could let the giants just slaughter them.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's cold.
Ooh.
I figure
Fair
we'll,
hands, though. You weren't in Seaton, Tharhun. They
Because
had
of
a hand
dicks.
in Seaton.
time has passed. Let's try and earn a favor. Otherwise, we'll just slaughter them.
At the sound of your voice, they all turn, and some of their hands go to their weapons. And one in particular, with like a copper shoulder plate, kind of standing out from the rest of the uniforms. And he says, "Who goes there? Come closer!"
Prepare yourselves. There is an ambush approaching. We have detected giants nearby.
What kind of trickery is this? Come where I can see you.
No trickery if you value your life. I guess we approach a little bit closer, but not too close.
Within sight. Who's talking out of them?
This
This
guy.
guy?
One? Oh, that guy back
Oh,
there.
wait, that guy over
Yeah,
there.
sorry, I'll give him. When Tharhun walks out into clear sight, a lot of them, their eyes go wide, and they go, and you hear murmuring between them about a copper dragonborn. And he goes, and this guy comes forward and says, "Who are you? Why are your friends cowering like criminals?"
My name is Tharhun. My friends and I are traveling this path, but we're traveling with a ranger who's familiar with the giant kind, and he has detected them nearby. They seem to be coming from all around. We have ridden here with haste to warn you, lest you be ambushed by these, no doubt, evil giants.
The man turns and makes a few hand signals, and a couple of the knights start walking, fanning out. How do I
Brynn.
know this isn't a trick?
Well, you're welcome to keep your distance from my allies and I. In the meantime, perhaps I will call Brynn over. Brynn! Could you help track these giants down, or detect them, maybe climb a tree?
We could send Bims.
Yeah, send Bims out to find the giants. The sooner we find them, the sooner we can...
Elves!
Uh-oh.
Now most of their hands go to their swords.
I have an arrow like on the bow, but not drawn yet. Kind of looking at them doubtfully.
If you could just stop your prejudice for a moment, we're trying to save your lives here. I
Yes,
snap my
these-
fingers, make Bims appear, and then Bims jumps up into the air and flies to do a perimeter sweep.
Yes, these elves mean you no harm. We are merely traveling this road.
The fair hand commander here, hands don't leave the sword, and he slowly pulls it out and says, "A number of our troops have gone missing. The only survivors speak of elves. You think we're stupid?"
Don't answer to that.
And just as he says that, you hear a "Wah!" And this knight body is thrown back into the clearing from where he had been exploring. Parts of his body have been ripped off,
Jesus
and just
Christ.
like his torso falls down to the ground. And you can see from the direction a troll standing just outside of a leafy brush with blood on his mouth, holding an arm.
Oh man.
Does that look like an elf to you?
Roll initiative.
Fucking idiots. Kelnozz takes racial discrimination very personally.
Is there a bunch of MAGA wearing? Wow, we rolled a really good initiative.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Alright, so first I'll do the trolls. Perfect. Why is Bims on here? And not Kelnozz?
What?
Kelnozz is here. He's right there.
On the tracking order?
Oh, he had the
Maybe,
wrong token selected. Yeah.
Alright.
The only thing he can do is like perform touch action.
Kev, if you want Bims to go on his own turn, he can keep the 21 if you want. But if you don't, then we'll give Kelnozz the 21 since that's what you rolled first.
I'll take the 21 because he can't really fight.
Okay, I'll just remove him then.
So I went to grab a snackaroo.
Oh man,
I
I,
want a
wish
snack.
I had a snack. I've been craving snacks so hard. Fuck.
I'm running out of snacks, so I got like crackers and cheese. One of
Oof.
the ultimate snacks.
Alright. Surprise round. Just the trolls go.
So there's trolls and giants?
The trolls are giants.
Oh,
you
giants.
you detect giants because that's your greater favorite enemy, and you found out they were trolls. So you hear another shriek. As another knight off who had been investigating is crunched. The troll's gonna go 10, 20, 30. Okay, another troll leaps out of the brush here and smashes this knight, who's not murdered, but he falls to the ground, severely wounded.
Yikes.
Holy crap.
And this one, 10, 20. And as these trolls emerge from the bush, you can hear them laughing. And Ryan, I think Brynn can speak giant. Can anyone else?
I can speak giant.
I might actually be able to speak giant. Let's see here. I can speak giant.
Right, so you hear them laugh and say, "We'll have a big breakfast today." Yum! I'm going to get the tall one. You hear one say, "The lizard one looks crunchy." All right, now regular round. So Kelnozz, go ahead.
All right. Well, I could see this working really well for basically all of us. So for this guy right here, I'm going to cast Enemies Abound.
That's within range, right? No problem.
120 feet.
Oh, you gold.
He's got to do a DC 15 intelligence.
Okay.
Zero.
Got him.
That's my favorite roll.
All right.
So
So
he loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe. Each time the target takes damage, it can repeat the saving throw. Whenever it chooses another creature to target, it chooses at random among those creatures.
as Kelnozz's pale blue spell enchants this troll, you see his smile fade from his face and goes in giant. He goes, "Hey, where did my friends go?" All right, Kelnozz. Anything else? Any movement or a bonus action?
As a bonus action, I'll hit Tharhun with Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Get in there.
Which is the
This guy.
charmed one? Okay.
Can you put a marker on him?
Absolutely.
Like, we should prioritize not hitting him until the end. Because he'll just
Right.
murder everyone, hopefully.
Rock on.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, then Brynn's up. All of the trolls have taken an action, just for your information.
Perhaps we should leave these fools to their fate. And back out whence we came.
Brett, that
We
is-
don't run trolls on horseback.
That is not the way of justice. These creatures are a blight against the natural order.
Ah, Tharhun, always so noble. So I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on this one. If we must take care of these fair hands, we might as well do it properly. And I'm going to fire my bow. They've all taken an action, so just regular. Bow strike 12.
All right, so troll 12 is a miss. Holy
A
shit!
little more dodgy than I remember. These giant trolls being.
Do you need a bigger target, Brad?
It could be. It could be. Let me just really quick. Okay. Well, I might as well fire again, and I use my second attack.
Go ahead.
26.
There you go. 26 hits.
There we go. So we got 6 plus 4 plus 2. So 12.
Nice. All right. Unless there's any movement, then I think it's up to Tharhun.
Yeah, I'm going to maintain my spot here.
Okay,
Maintain my position.
I'll ride next to this troll and lay into him with a mighty +1 greatsword strike. And I'll try for a heavy attack. This will be a -5, but I do have inspiration, so... Oh. So that's 17.
A 17 is a hit.
Then I do that. Oh, reroll the 1. Oh, +1, so it's 12 plus 10. It's 22. That's
Nice.
pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Smashed.
The troll cries out as the arrow strikes him, and the Dragonborn runs up and slashes him with his great sword.
I
Do
lay
you have
into
another
him with
attack?
another
Yeah. Go ahead.
Awesome -5 attack. Ooh,
This
5
time-
plus 8. No, that's not gonna work.
I thought it was a -5 too.
It is a -5. I was considering Bardic Inspiration, but I don't think
Oh,
it's gonna
yes,
be
okay.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I'll pass.
unfortunately, the troll very liberally dodges your second attack, snarling bitterly from the first wound.
Yep.
All right, Eikooc is up.
All right. I'm going to use one of my new tricks. I'm going to cast a wall of fire,
Ooh.
circling this
Ooh.
troll, so completely around him. I guess all the squares like around his toe are on fire, and the fire is directed inward, so the guy right next to this doesn't get hurt. So he has to make a Dex saving throw on
Like this?
Yeah, exactly. So he has to make a Dex save for half damage.
All right, half damage he takes.
So if he enters the fire or ends his turn within 10 feet of the fire on that side, I get to roll 5d8 again.
Nice.
Yeah. And I am also going to limberly back up behind Kelnozz. Kelnozz, protect me with your body.
All right. So the commander here calls out a few orders and rushes over here, and he's going to do an attack. He has a great sword as well. Unfortunately, he misses.
What a great sword.
The priest is going to try and make an attack as well. He pulls out a mace. Oh, alright. Gets a pretty good solid smack on this troll. who then gets to do a saving throw. And fails, so he remains enemies bounded. And this one is going to back up from the fire. Going to rush over here. Heal this guy a little. And this one goes over here. And makes an attack. And misses with her mace. Now the trolls get to go. Alright, I have to read Wall of Fire just for a second. Each creature within its area on the side of the wall, so radiance as well. Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on the turn or end its turn there. I think I gotta go through this wall, eh? Yeah. Okay, so first... Oops. Alright, Tharhun, the one that you're fighting here, you see seconds after your greatsword slashes through its skin, the flesh starts pulling together and regrowing. And you can see that it seems to have a little bit more strength than it did a few seconds ago. It seems to be healing itself. Alright, so this troll's going to go through this fire to get out of it. So we're just going to stick with 26, Kev. It says the same damage and it's a pretty good roll, so...
Alright, fair enough.
It's going to go 10, 20, 30. Actually, let's see. It's going to go 10, 20, 30. Ah, it's so close and yet not close enough. So enraged by and I'm sorry. Takes the same damage when it enters the wall ends the turn. Okay, I'm just making sure if I got to take a dex save again, but I don't. So
doesn't look like it. Yeah.
You just take the 20. He just takes the 26 damage. He's enraged by this fire and is going to.
I like it. It's like a free fireball.
Kind of, yeah. And he's going to use a dash and go another 30. All right, and I didn't have this one. This one didn't heal. Just so that you guys know, I'm playing by the rules here. And now the troll is going to attack Tharhun. Tharhun, what's your AC?
18.
18. Okay, so first the troll snaps out with its powerful jaws and misses. I miss having advantage. You can see this all the time. And now slashes out with its two powerful claws. First attack hits, takes 7 piercing damage. Second one lands as well. I'm sorry, those are both 11 slashing damages from the claws. So 22 slashing damage total.
Oof.
Oof. These guys hit hard, boys.
And the last one is going to do...
Definitely not Kelnozz.
Its attacks. It's just going to attack the closest thing to it. I think it has to, right? So these things are all tied for closest to, so I'm just going to pick the top one. 3 attacks. 2 hits. So you see this one a little bit more frantically not nearly as casual as the one that Tharhun is still fighting. He starts raking this priest with his long claws, and a bloody mess is left at the end after his arms stop moving. Now it's back up to Kelnozz's turn.
All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action to light my sword on fire.
Oh, fire sword
Yeah.
against trolls.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can I do a nature check just to make sure I'm not metagaming this
Please
too much?
do, yeah.
Do I know that trolls... Oh my god.
Well,
Well,
hang on. Like,
You know
are
nothing.
you going to use your fire sword?
Oh, I
Like-
would have used my fire swords anyways,
Yeah.
but I would have commented on how brilliant a tactician I am.
Okay. Roll to brag. You fail to brag.
As a point of fact, you know nothing about these creatures. They
Eat fire!
were not in the Underrog.
Apparently not. Ooh, that's got to be a hit.
23's a hit.
So 5 slashing and 9 fire damage.
Okay, so 14 damage total. It snarls in pain as your scimitar singes a line in its skin.
Holy shit, second attack. Ooh.
Ooh, 13. He reels back away from your flaming sword, and you miss this time.
Ah, if I only knew what kind of creature this was.
All right.
That's the end of my turn?
Yep, Brynn, you're up.
Alright. So this one behind Kelnozz has been lit up a couple of times.
Well, so is this other one that you already
The
have
one
the
that's
mark on.
behind Kelnozz, he's got several burn marks on him, and he looks fairly bloodied. Then the one in front of Tharhun is not. He has a wound on him, but you can see it doesn't look all that significant from here.
Okay. I want Eikooc or Kelnozz to get one punch straight in the throat. Did. I did cast a spell on this one. So I'm gonna fire my first shot at this one.
Okay.
Where'd my thing go? 15
A 15 is a hit.
for 12 plus 4 plus 4
Jeez.
20.
20 with an arrow. All right. Very good. All right, he cries out in pain as your arrow. I don't know. Takes his freaking arm off or something. Like
20 damage is a lot for an arrow. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna use my second attack on it as well.
Okay.
23.
Go ahead.
Ooh, for 12.
Oh, that's
Plus 4.
another 20 damage. Oh,
19.
I see.
Nope, 21.
Jeez. All right. 2 arrows land deep in his flesh, and bluish green blood leaks out of them. This one's not laughing anymore either, and he looks quite bloodied now.
A couple of arrows will do
Jesus,
it.
man. All right. Tharhun.
Alright, I'll level another heavy -5 smash. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Hit.
22. Actually, I can reroll the 2. Hopefully, not get a 1. 5. That's plus 3. So 15 plus 10 is 25 damage.
Okay. The creature crumbles to the ground in a bloody,
Wow.
with blood spurting from the wounds.
Sick. Okay, and can I do any bonus actions?
Do we know anything about trolls? Like, have we ever faced a troll in this campaign?
We haven't, but you can make a nature check as well if you'd like to recall your nature
See
knowledge.
if I've ever been knowledgeified about this. Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Not too many
I'm
trolls in the cold regions of Helm.
No. Wasn't there that one about the troll near Burle that we were supposed to do something about near that
Oh, yeah.
farm?
It had killed a farmer at the Nielsen farm, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it's
No,
good
it was
memory.
like the Frank farm or something.
Are you sure? Wasn't there a place called the Nielsen?
There was, but that was a different farm.
The troll had a green. He had a scar on his face, north of
Yeah.
us.
North of Burle.
Oh, the Frank farm. I'm sorry, Frank farm.
Oh yeah, I have that written down.
It was a mean troll that butchered a farmer's family. What was the Nielsen farm?
That was another one though.
I'm sorry, go ahead, guys. I was bartering for chips.
Very important.
Adria at the Nalson farm. I have
Yeah.
N-A-L.
I have Neil.
Those are
Audrey,
definitely things, yeah.
Laura Lee, an elf, and Chump Bearclaw, the half orc. We met them, right? And they were the ones who told us.
Laura Lee was a gnome. I've got her as a gnome.
I have an elf. We have incomplete information. My notes are riddled with spelling errors and just like incomprehensible strings of words.
Yeah, fantasy. Get used to
I've
the
got 5 different spellings of hot chocolate.
Oh boy. I was re-listening to a whole bunch of that part of the campaign today to remember details about specific places, and we'll have to talk about Hutch and Hatch, and I was like, I hate these guys. And you can hear me saying, "Oh, you mean Hutch?" All right.
Yeah, we're looking for Hatch.
I believe it is Eikooc turn.
Can I move and attack?
Of course. Oh yes, of course you can. Go ahead and Tharhun.
Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4,
Because you still have a
5.
second
Can I-
attack, I believe, right? So.
Yeah, can I stand in this spot? Kelnozz, can you be more specific about your location right now?
Yeah, he's kind of on the line.
I'm
there.
just riding the line.
Okay, I'll ride the line with you as well, or be more on the straight and narrow. Yeah,
Kelnozz
that's
likes to
more
ride
my
the
style.
line.
Yeah, I expect that's right.
There we go. Now I'm line riding.
Okay. I do another -5 attack. I make okay. Wait, that'd be. Yeah, I'll use the inspiration just to make sure this works. I don't want it to miss. An extra 2, so it's only -3 is 15. Or 14.
It's
actually.
14. You
Yeah.
miss.
No, we need 15. Oh.
This one
So
sees you
close.
running and manages to duck away from your wide greatsword attack.
All right.
All right. Now I believe it's Eik's turn.
All right. I am going to say, hold your breath, everyone. And I cast a very localized fireball on the group of us.
You're like a firemancer now.
Yep.
You went from sleepmancy to firemancy.
Oh, that is a bad roll. Look at all those 2s in there.
Oof. Can you do like spell focusing to? Isn't there like re-rolling?
You know what? As in my spell focus, like later on, I actually do have the ability to maximize spells, lower level spells, and just like take the absolute highest roll possible.
Wow.
Chain lightning.
Yep, that's the plan. When I hit level 20, it's all about chain lightning.
Unfortunately, the troll, hyper aware of fire coming from this group, and manages to duck away from the fireball just in time. Still takes 11 fire damage.
All right, I am going to pull back Over here. Invoking
Okay.
and tapping opportunity.
It's gonna have to take it. What's your AC?
It is definitely a number that I
Probably
will be
higher
looking
than
at.
that.
It is higher than 13.
Okay, so the claws just miss you as you dart away.
Whew.
Okay, so now the knights are gonna take their attacks. The knights and the priests. 2 misses. This one is able to stand up and move. Oh, he actually manages to hit. Alright, so you see the group of the fair hands attack this troll who seems that, even though he's taking scratches, he seems hardly phased by their attacks, and he's now starting to reclaim some of his mirth as these humanoids, as he toys with these humanoids. This troll over here, you see its arms reach up into the air, and it struggles to its feet, pulling pieces of its body together, and you see muscles reattach themselves slowly, and it is going to shuffle over here. Can't move quite as far as it got up, and starts slashing into the priests and knights who are attacking its friend here. And he just basically walks over to this priest and with his mighty jaws chomps down on its neck, on the priest's neck, uses its 2 arms to rip the head off and throws it to the side as it snarls in anger. This one does not heal. You see its skin twitch and it grunt in pain, and with fury in its eyes. Let's see. It's not going to be able to get to Eikooc here. It's going to narrow its eyes down on Kelnozz with your fiery sword. What's your AC?
16.
Alright, so take 7 piercing damage as it snaps out and bites your arm.
Ah!
One arm flashes out and you manage to dodge it, but the second one reaches and slashes into you. So take 11 slashing damage from its claw attack.
What was the first one? 13?
The first one was 7 piercing damage.
7 and then 11?
7 and then 11.
Yeah. So 18, math's hard. Okay.
Seeing that its attacks have not hit very well, and that you seem, although you seem almost a bit bloodied, you see more fear in its eyes than daring, and it starts to try and run away. So anyone can take an attack of opportunity here.
Even me.
Oh, yeah. I'll be taking attack of opportunity.
Anyone within range, so that would just be Kelnozz and Tharhun.
Oh yeah.
Unless you took a
bastard.
Warcaster. You take the Warcaster feat, Kev? Well, you're not within melee range anyway, so. So 16 would hit.
So 9 slashing and 8 fire. Yeah. Take that.
Yeah. Are you going to do anything, Tharhun?
Yep. I will do a regular well-aimed attack. So that's going to be a reroll on the 2.
Okay, you guys have killed it. As it turns to run,
Yeah.
both of your swords flash out and slice into the creature, who just takes a couple more steps before falling to the ground, dead. Now it is Kelnozz's turn.
All right. Suppose we can help out these mofos. Okay, I'm gonna move 25 feet and swing my flaming scimitar. Oh, I'm gonna do a backflip this time.
Go ahead. With a
Disadvantage?
disadvantage, yep.
Brynn, check this out! Oh! The bards will sing stories of this fight.
I have to come up with a punishment more severe than this disadvantage for this. Go ahead, roll your damage.
7 slashing plus 3 fire. Did you guys see that? Oh, double kill!
You manage to come up and, with your flaming scimitar, you sever some of the repairing wounds, the only things that were keeping this body together, and it falls back down dead. Crumples down.
I do a really sweet hero pose.
Alright, anything else before Brynn's turn?
No. That's it for me.
Kelnozz, how do you find yourself around 2 dead trolls? I was head down getting some snacks.
I murdered them single-handedly.
Coming through here and killing 2 trolls for you.
Primal combat, like a true first mate.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Captain, surely you saw my acts of bravery?
There was still smoke in my eyes from all that flaming sword.
Tharhun, clearly you can recognize another capable warrior such as yourself.
It was a fine kill.
Yeah!
Although technically, Tharhun's done all the work.
Kelnozz refuses to acknowledge that.
The flame of your blade cuts these beasts deep.
We bring glory to Maraganor!
What'd you say?
Sorry, sometimes I get caught up in the moment of combat and shout things that I shouldn't.
Alright, Brynn, it's your turn. You notice that this wagon, the horses have been startled by all this fighting and it has run off. Go ahead, it's your turn.
The wagon has run off?
Well, the horse is carrying the wagon, yes.
Well,
If only someone had the ability to talk to the horses. Too bad.
Might need to jump in here. Let me just open up my page.
We're in the middle of combat. I was joking.
Oh, they might have valuable supplies. Think of the booty.
Think of the booty.
Gotta keep your eye on the prize, Eikooc. It's all about how much loot can you gather from any given circumstance.
Can I like? I'm still on my horse, right? I never.
I would assume probably not, but
No.
I guess you probably could. You're just firing arrows, so. Although you're not really proficient in mounted combat, are you? So I'd say no. I'd say probably in most combats you get off your horse.
Okay, and then each square is 5 feet.
Yes.
So I'm going to take off after the horses. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. which is 35. And then
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and dash as a bonus action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what's your total speed there? How many? 35 plus 35, 70?
70, yeah.
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
You
Busy running.
don't see the horses through the brush.
I don't see the horses?
No.
Ah. Those horses are gone.
They were running with fear of their life, so they were also dashing. They're some distance ahead of you.
That I can't see?
If you had rolled better on your perception, then you would have seen. But with an 8, you can only guess.
They must be over the hill down there. How do you call back your horses, fair hands? And I fire an arrow at the troll.
Oh,
Okay.
Ryan, before you act too hastily, you might want to know that your hunter's mark, you can use a bonus action to transfer it onto that guy since the other one's dead,
Mm-hmm.
if you want
Already
to.
done a bonus
Easily
action.
done it, yeah.
I used
Oh,
the bonus
too bad.
action already, though, to dash.
Oh, you can dash bonus action?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it was
he's
being
got a new
smart.
ability. It's a really good ability.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is.
yeah.
It's insanely good.
I figured if I got pinned here, I was going to back away to give them a disadvantage roll, and then run 70 feet, and still turn around and fire an arrow.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now, so me riding around on a horse is OP, but that's not OP? Like, you can just get the hell out of dodge and then shoot them from 70 feet?
Well, he got a risk attacks opportunity.
So do I.
Well, what you were doing was clearly OP. You could
What was I doing?
darting.
I can't
You were
remember.
darting. You were like running in, attacking, and then running out. Basically, like getting 2
You
movements.
can't let Scott win the game either.
Yeah.
I
That's
would
what we
be
should
happy for
focus on.
Scott to win the game because he reads his rules and generally knows them. Ryan,
I generally knew it.
no comment.
Just a little fine detail at the end.
That's true. That is true. I'll give you the majority of the credit that you deserve.
So, anyways, I do fire
Yep.
an arrow at him. Oh, whiff. Too busy running.
But you do get your extra attack there, so go ahead.
Oh, correct?
Yeah.
18?
Holy shit, you hit that time.
9 plus 4, 13.
Alright, your arrow takes him in the back of the shoulder as he focuses on these other people. But you seem to have caught his attention. Tharhun, you're up.
Okay, I will ride over to
Hold
this
on.
guy and lay my great sword into his heart. I think I'll do a careful attack here. Ah! Ugh, not careful enough.
Yeah, 10 is unfortunately a miss.
I will try again, as I often. Ah, damn it!
Wow. Rolled 2 both times.
Ah,
Both times your greatsword is unable to find purchase on this troll.
jeez.
Alright, Eikooc is up.
All right. I'm going to do something very unexpected. Fireball. I'm going to shape it around all of the fair hands and our guy.
Seems like a pretty fair quest.
It's again, not a great roll.
And where's the fireball centered?
We'll put it right on there.
You're lucky, because you can only keep 4 people safe. And there happens to only be 4 people.
There you go.
So there you go, and it'll do its dex save. Oh. Alright, 24 fire damage. As a fireball erupts in the area. The fair hands all look very startled.
You get used to it.
No, you don't.
Alright, on their turn, we're going to make some attacks. Big old miss from Priest. And 1 hit. As one of the fair hands slices into him. Alright, on his turn, I guess he should probably be making, doesn't really matter, but probably still affected by that attack. It's going to... Okay, it is going to make an attack. Its first attack is going to be on Tharhun, whose AC is 18 if I recall correctly. So it'll take 7 piercing damage. And it's going to slash out with his claws, but aim slightly lower. And both of its claws tear into Luna.
Oh no!
And Luna... Well, whatever happened...
Well, wait a
Luna,
sec.
go on.
Wait a second. I do have an ability here that I just took.
Oh, go on. Go ahead.
Counter whatever Bob does.
So I can... There's a bunch of things, but I can force targets to target me instead of my mount.
Ugh.
Actually, what's the AC of Luna?
11.
11. Oh, see, I need to...
Unless the spell
take it on me.
enhances it, but just trying to find that feat so I can read it. You and your convenient feats.
Very convenient.
You can force an attack targeted at your mouse to target you instead. Okay, so you're going to take this ability for the first attack?
Yeah.
Okay, then you take 11 damage.
Oh, that's not very good.
Slashing damage. And on the second attack, I guess you get to make the same call.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, take a further 11 damage.
Ooh,
as
starting to get
you pull on the
sad
reins
here.
and rear the horse in a way that positions you instead of the horse is getting ripped open.
How much HP does she have?
She has 19.
19, okay.
Yeah, it's just
She's
the
taking one of
warhorse. The warhorse NPC,
Profile?
basically. Yeah, profile's the right word.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the troll's turn. Now it's Kelnozz's turn.
Hell yeah. Now, what we could do is let this troll finish a bunch of these guys off if we want. Because it can't, like, choose one of us if we're far away. So we could all just sit back and watch the carnage.
Are you saying this, or are you just thinking
Oh,
it?
he's saying.
I'm thinking it.
No.
Um,
I can't believe you said that! Aloud!
during this chaos, can I get Eok's attention?
Yeah. You guys all have a general attention of each other.
Eok,
yeah.
should we just let them fight it out?
No.
I'm fighting here.
Render assistance. We will not live up to their view of us.
You're probably right. I do a backflip over the body of this troll.
Alright, make an acrobatics check.
God. This is gonna be amazing.
It usually is. Alright, you backflip over the troll.
Hell yeah. And can I... Oh my god, using that momentum, I'm gonna land my feet on the body of this guy and ride him like a surfboard into the troll.
It's not respectful.
Oh my god.
Alright, make an acrobatics check.
Oh my god.
Get out of here, Bob.
Alright, now make an attack at disadvantage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You managed to land on the corpse without falling, and your form is completely off. Your sword misses.
Luckily, I'll keep the momentum going and spin in a circle, performing a second attack.
Just do a normal. That's a very normal thing to do. So go ahead and roll a normal die.
I'm still riding the body like a surfboard, right?
No,
Oh.
that's not how surfboards work either. Okay, an 18 hits.
I've never been on a surfboard.
I think we all know that I have. 5, so 17. That's quite a bit of damage.
It certainly is.
And he snarls out in pain as your scimitar finally manages to bite into his skin. That's your very flourishy show off.
Take that.
Alright.
That's the end of my turn.
Brynn is up.
All right. I'm going to move over this way a little and loose an arrow. Just
Alright.
for a change. $19
A 19 is a hit.
for 11.
Alright.
Then the next attack.
This troll looks well bloodied now and looks like he's near to... Ooh, another 18. Alright.
7.
Okay, so your final arrow, he doesn't have time to turn around from your first arrow hitting him. Your second arrow catches him in the head, and he falls to the ground. And after a few seconds of waiting, none of the troll corpses seem to regenerate and remain dead.
Ah, we did it!
Way to go.
The fair hand turns to you and says, thanks for not letting us fight it out on our own. He gives you a stern look.
We could have easily done that. Let the record show.
We are honorable adventurers.
I can't hear you from over there. Tell your friend that. Tell your Halgud friend he can stop being so scared.
Sorry, I could read your lips from over there. I have really good perception.
He hands out his hand to Tharhun and says, I'm Fairhand Davis Tildo. Done us a great deed today.
We are always pleased to aid our assistance to those who stand for justice. I shake his hand.
Indeed. In Cormac Fairhand's name.
Yes, of course. You are devoted followers of Cormac. But what are you doing all the way this far south?
His eyes moved over to Brynn and to Kelnozz. And he says, our orders are our own. We appreciate the help, but I'm afraid I'm not able to tell you our mission.
They was out hunting for elves, most likely.
Hunting for criminals, you mean? Basically no difference.
Oh.
And where are you coming from? Around
Our
here?
business is our own.
And looks at Kelnozz and Brynn.
Of course not. We're from way far north. We wouldn't dare spend our days down south here near these frosted tip mountains. Shaw!
Shaw.
Probably from old Aberton, I bet. Heard that Northern Kingdom had quite the elf problem.
The elves are no problem. It is you who are a blight on this land. Your racism and your witch trials.
Hear, hear!
And Davis looks to Tharhun and says, you should control your pets. And the thugs that you call friends. They have earned a little bit of leeway from their heroics today, but...
You would have been murdered had it not
Yeah, you should show more respect. We saved your lives.
How do I know you didn't lead the trolls here? Perhaps now you'd be asking for some kind of monetary reward.
We came here shouting about the trolls attacking.
We all know the devious tricks of the elves. Especially black-skinned ones.
You shut your mouth. I pull out my scimitar.
All right. Perhaps it is time that we continue our journey. We have done our work here.
Make a persuasion check, Tharhun, if you'd like to de-escalate the scenario.
I probably should try persuasion.
Ooh.
All right. Are you going to say anything in particular to dissuade the commander who's reaching for his own sword now that he has a scimitar in his face?
I say, your quarrel is not with these elves, though I understand your war with the elves is heated up, but things are strained. But know that these are clearly not your enemy. So
I'm not sure what these people have told you since you've hatched, but there is no war with the elves. They just attack us and kill our Seaton people whenever they feel like it.
Well, These elves are heroes of Saltmarsh and should be treated with respect. They have defended these lands from the Sahuagin.
As I said today, whether I like it or not, I owe you and your group my life. But I won't stand by and be further insulted with heresy from elves. The law is the law, even if you did save my life. If you'll be on your way, then be on it.
Alright.
I'll
Come,
lower my
Kelnozz.
blade.
What were your names before you go?
I am Tharhun.
I am Eikooc.
And the elves?
Well, Fairhand, we don't like how you treat any of us, and I'm sure you're off to murder some of our kind if you could ever find any in the woods.
Up north.
But Tharhun is very convincing. Very persuasive, that man. He's got a good head on his shoulders. First mate material, if you ask me.
I suppose enough blood has been spilled today.
Tharhun, I won't forget that you helped us today, even if you do choose to travel with undesirable company.
I spit on the ground and put my swords back in their sheath as I walk away.
All right, let us continue our journey.
We mount up and start heading out.
Okay. Where are you guys heading to? From here, you guys can basically make your way to Burle and probably be there by the end of the day. And with Silverstand, because you have to go up the mountain, it will take a little bit longer. But altogether, not too far. Either way.
Can we start, like, if we start up the road, like, do we have to make the decision here, or can we head up the road a little bit before we make the decision?
I'm just curious what fundamental difference it would make, because
I really just don't want to lead these guys to Silverstand.
okay, well that would be how you describe that with how you do it. So, you know.
Well, I mean, if they're both in the same direction from here, then, you know, we get, like, a little ways out.
They are both roughly the same direction from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least we can have a conversation about it without being right in front of these guys.
Yeah. They're tending their wounded and dealing with the dead. They're not going to be leaving anytime soon.
Okay. So I guess I motioned over to Brynn and I say, I know we wanted to stop by Silverstand, but if we head up that way, we could be tracked by these goons from Seaton who know that we're on the road.
I certainly wasn't expecting to run into fair hands along this road.
So,
We'll go where we must. We can always check in with the elves later. I wouldn't want to give away the most sacred of spaces to these baboons.
okay.
I'm assuming this is far away where they can't hear.
Yeah. Didn't we establish that?
Just trying to tell how ballsy Brynn is.
Wow.
Brynn is known as the ballsy one,
Ballsy enough
right?
once in a while, but not to spill the beans on Silverstand's existence.
Hey, you leave all your stuff here.
Again.
No, it was Theron the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Not me. First people we run into. Hey, have you heard of this secret village full of elves? We hate the elves. We better get there before them.
All right, so what's the plan?
Brynn, it's your call.
I think we're headed to Burle
Excellent.
because I don't want them to track us or be able to track our horse tracks or anything like that.
Yes, let us find out the meaning of my vision.
Didn't we?
I didn't hear what you said, Ryan.
We told them we were going to Burle, didn't we?
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Did we?
Nope.
I don't think it came up.
Don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Are you gonna lead the way again, Bryn?
yep. Yeah, I'll start leading. These are paths I've been down many a moon and day. Sun and moon.
Okay, so make a survival check for the remaining trip to Burle.
16.
All right. So you guys head to Burle, and the rest of the travel is pretty uneventful. And just as the afternoon is starting to wane into evening, you guys arrive within the walled fortified outpost that is Burle. And like before, there are guards at the gate. State your business.
I poke Kelnozz. I'm like, show him the seal.
I pull out the scroll and show them the seal. We're here for Kira, Shadowbreaker. She sent for us.
They snap to attention and stand aside so that you can go through the gate.
Finally, treated with respect.
So just to remind
Thank you,
guys,
gentlemen.
this is Burle is like a fairly small outpost, more so than a town. There is like a walled area that most of what you would call the town is inside of, but the town is mostly just scattered buildings. Some, very few are in stone, most are in wood, and the rest are kind of like tents and pop-up things that are there for merchants who are taking advantage of people who travel across the road here. Last time you were here, you guys.
Found some injustice.
One of the stone buildings is the Hearthmaiden's home, the tavern that you guys had previously visited, and the outpost is dominated by a small keep where Kiara and Gorgos and the rest of the council and troops are barracked.
Let's continue forward. Let's go to the barracks. That's where we met, what's his name? Gorgo?
Yep, there was Gorgos.
Gorgos. Lieutenant Gorgos Bose. Yeah, so let's go. Unless someone has something else they'd like to do.
Sounds good.
To the barracks.
Okay, you guys approach the barracks. There are guards at the door, but when you show them the seal on the scroll, they again let you in through. As you guys enter the main chamber, you see Gorgos standing and talking with a swarthy-looking man, distinctly from the north of Albarag. He's got like a long, curly mustache, and Gorgos is kind of looking. You can't tell exactly what he's saying, but from his body language, he's looking like he's delivering some bad news or unable to help this merchant who looks much more distraught. And as you get close, you hear the merchant say to Gorgos, he says, you have to find them. First they said, prepare for trouble, and then they said, and make it double.
Oh no.
They stole all my stuff. And Gorgos just shakes his head and says, you can't chase every thief on this road. Sorry.
If I may interject, it sounds like you've run into members of the mage army.
The merchant turns to you and says, my goodness! A black-skinned elf.
We've met before.
This is the merchant.
Oh, we haven't met yet.
I think I would have remembered that.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
With a good-looking mug like this. The name is Kelnozz. This is my merry band.
Pleasure to meet you, Kelnozz. Pardon my rudeness. I thought I had seen it all, but perhaps not so. I am Grisham Bortolio, traveling merchant.
Grisham Bortolio.
Of the magical variety.
What brings you here to Burle?
I pass through this area fairly regularly. Travel down the Coldwind Peninsula. Every now and then, I'm able to pick up a fine piece of stock or perhaps sell an interesting item. This time, however, I was betrayed by the Royal Mage Army.
You say you were... Oh, I'm sorry.
Pardon me, but we were sharing a campfire. I was telling them about something I'm researching right now. And as soon as they heard about it, they turned on me. I'm very worried about my friend. But I'm sorry, I don't need to unload on you.
Well, tell us about your friend. What can we do to help?
Make a persuasion check.
Oof.
My friend in Garden Hills, I'm worried that the Royal Mage Army will be paying him a visit, but I've said too much. Perhaps I haven't learned enough from this encounter.
Well, we are good, honest people. Some more than others. You said that you were a merchant that sells magical items, or is in search, or is researching magical items. Is that true?
All of the above, my friend. I sell magical items. I buy magical items. And when I hear of magical items that I can sell, I'm willing to put in the time to research them.
Perhaps you can meet my first mate, Eikooc. Eikooc, come over here.
Hold on. Indeed, I am very interested in magical items.
Full on coup.
First a dark-skinned elf, and now a Halgud.
We are indeed a group of misfits.
I've been hearing stories of your two kinds for a while now. I didn't think I'd come across members of each in one day.
We travel together as a band of merry misfits, solving problems and mysteries. However, we may have information, or we may have experience with the bandits that troubled you so. It sounds like je sais and jamais.
We gave them a good licking the last time, if I remember correctly.
If I understand your accent right, I think those are the same two people. Make a persuasion check with advantage, Eikooc.
With advantage.
I think it was Brynn that saved us with some critical arrow shots.
Criticals.
He says, well, I'm very worried about my friend, Anaxi Zephyrs. He's a gnome He lives in Garden Hills. And stupid Grisham. I told the three of them that Anaxi was researching a long-lost laboratory of a dwarven wizard. I figure if we can find that laboratory, I can sell everything I find inside of it. Maybe even find enough to retire. Well, as soon as they heard that, they attacked me, and I fear Anaxi is next. If you have experience with these and you think you can help my friend, I beg you, go to Garden Hills. Find my friend. Perhaps if you save him from the Royal Mage Army, he'll help you. He'll let you in on the research. And perhaps we can all come out winners ahead on this.
I'm very tempted I'm very interested in magical items myself. So our goals are very much in line. We still must speak to Kira Shadowbreaker as she's summoned us here. I do hope that all of these goals are perfectly in line and all lead us to the same place.
I have no idea what you mean, but you say you're interested in magical items.
Indeed.
Well, it just so happens that I was able to hide one item away from the Royal Mage Army. And if you agree to help me, then I can give you a very generous 10% discount. And he pulls out a bag that is like a handbag size, and it looks like a rusty reddish brown. He says, "That's right. I can sell you this bag of tricks for a mere 450 gold. That's after the discount, of course."
Very, very interesting. I would love to research that.
Oh, would you like to examine it?
Yeah, of course.
Certainly.
I guess I look at the bag and try to make heads or tails of it.
What sort of magic properties does it have?
He says, well, this bag looks pretty small, but reach inside and you'll feel something a little furry. You can pick it up, throw it onto the ground, and a beast will grow out of the ball of fur and serve you. 3 times a day you may use this. Might be helpful. Very useful. Very interesting indeed. I've sold bags like these for 600 or 700 gold in Matasco. But I have no money now, and I could use the help getting back on my feet.
Could you point to the location of the Garden Hills on the map?
Oh, let me see your map there. Oh, yes, it's the one labeled Garden Hills.
Oh, I see. Northeast of Seaton.
Are
I
there
tattooed
places,
the name Garden Hills into my arm.
Are there places that Anaxi frequents that we should check for him?
I'm sure if you start at the tavern, you won't have too far to go from there.
Very good.
And where can we find you?
Well, after I recover here, I will be heading down to Saltmarsh and seeing if I have anything to sell there. And then I guess I'll head back up. Head to Matasco and see where I go from there.
Well, while you're in Saltmarsh, be sure to mention our names. Captain Kelnozz and First Mate Eikooc. I'm sure they'll give you a favorable deal.
Indeed. I'll definitely be lingering here a while. Last time I was in this area, I got a number of interesting items. Even something from some elves.
Elves, you say?
Yes. Elven, his voice goes quite low and he says, Elven artifacts are an extra premium in some places. It was quite the thing.
It's an elven artifact.
It was a very nice dagger.
Oh,
Fetched me quite a price. Hoping I get equal luck.
Wait, did you sell this dagger?
Lower your voice, sir. I mean, yes. Yes, I sold a dagger. An item like that doesn't stick around long.
Could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Oh, why the interest?
What did it look like?
Allow me to just make a stab in the dark. I'm like whispering at a low voice.
Very clever play on words.
Well, I assure you it was unintentional. Did you purchase it from a Isosceles?
No, quadrilateral, isn't it?
No.
Wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry, quadrilateral.
Equilateral.
Quadrilateral.
Equilateral.
That's right.
Equilateral.
Equilateral.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't use math words I don't know.
Equilateral.
But I know they're not triangles.
That's true.
Uh,
Strictly not a triangle.
He seems to scratch his chin for a second and says, equilateral. Perhaps it was. The name sounds familiar.
I gesture over to Brynn. Cabin boy, Brynn, come here.
Cabin boy.
I think this gentleman might know where your dagger went.
My dagger? What do you know of the dagger? How do you know it was my dagger? What did it
Just
look like?
Well, I don't know if it was your dagger. I have to admit I'm caught a bit unaware here. The dagger, though, was bronze, and the handle was cast into the image of a wolf.
Oh. Sounds exactly like my dagger. My
just as I thought, Brynn.
What's the meaning of this?
Who did you purchase this from?
Oh, well, we were just discussing that. Did I catch your name, dark-skinned elf there? My memory is not as it was.
Well, it's Captain Kelnozz. You can call me
that's
Kelnozz.
right. You did say Captain Kelnozz. Yes. Captain
I was very
Kelnozz here
specific.
was just telling me of a man named Equilateral. Seemed to jog my memory.
And so, was it him? Was it Lucan?
Ah, yes, Lucan. Yes, that name rings a stronger bell.
Oh!
What's
Lucan
the
Equilateral.
matter of this? What's going on?
I need to know where that dagger is now.
My friend, my new friend, I'm not sure what to tell you. This last I saw it was in Matasco. That was some manner of months ago.
Months ago, you say. And do you know who you sold it to?
I could find that in my records, perhaps. I'll have to search in my records and see if I can come up with that receipt.
If you could, it would have great sentimental value.
Give me some time. My notes were damaged in the attack, but they left me with them since they have no value to them.
Would be of great value. Thank you.
Indeed, you must find that name. I need to know where this dagger has gone. It's very precious to my family.
He starts pulling out some of his scrolls and parchments and says, give me some time and perhaps I will find something for you.
So what are you thinking? 3, 4 minutes? Rifle through those papers?
I don't work well under pressure.
This is the first lead we've come across in some time. Besides that Lucan. Those equilaterals have always been a pain in my sides.
Bunch of troublemakers.
You'd think they'd follow the rules, being equilateral and all. But no, they're above the rules. We Isosceles are a honorable bunch.
Ah!
Thus remain.
I found it. I'm surprised I forgot. I sold it to a very famous bounty hunter in Matasco by the name of Trenton 3 Points.
Trenton 3 Points?
The Great Wolf, some call him.
Do you think he would be hard to find?
Bounty hunters can make themselves found when there's money to be made and scarce when they're the bounty to be claimed.
I've heard of Trenton before. He's well known in the bounty hunting circles. Certainly easier to deal with than Lucan. A backstabbing cur.
Whoa, watch your language. There's children around.
I see no children.
Oh,
We look over
well,
at
people.
Tharhun, who's like less than a year old.
Yes, yes. I guess I should watch my language more than the children.
All right. So Grisham lets you know the name and says, think well on what I've asked you. It would mean the world to me if you were able to help Anexi. And just think about it. Think of all the stuff that you'll find in this laboratory. Perhaps we can all retire.
Does sound most interesting. I'm glad to have made your acquaintance. It's Grisman, correct?
Grisham Bortolio, at your service.
Grisham. Well, we hope to be in touch again, and hopefully we'll have more information about your friend.
My thanks.
And safe travel to Saltmarsh.
And to you, whoever it takes you. Oh, and how about this bag? 450 gold. Help out a new friend out on his feet.
I thought he said he was going to sell it to us after.
No, sell it to you now.
Oh. Well, absolutely. I did not. I misunderstood the sale. I thought it was a reward.
No, my boy. Whatever we find in the laboratory, that will be what we negotiate as part of your reward one day, perhaps.
Aha.
But for now,
Well, I will buy this bag for 450 gold.
all right, knock down 450 gold. You have a rust bag of tricks.
A rust bag of tricks?
Mm-hmm. I'll create an item for it. Right.
There's a built-in item for it. I can.
Oh yeah. Well, I've already done it.
No,
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Well, if it'll let you like do the D8 with that item, then that works too. Because how it works is you pull out this fuzzy object and throw it, and then you roll a D8 and it can become one of these 8 different beasts.
No, I don't think it has any macros with it. It just comes with all the description stuff built in. Alright, that works.
So, I didn't copy and paste the list in, maybe I'll do it later, but it's essentially either a rat, an owl, a mastiff, a goat, a giant boar, a lion, or a brown bear. It becomes like an animal companion for a while.
Cool.
It vanishes. The creature vanishes at the next dawn, so it sticks around for a while.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Grisham thanks you, and then he leaves the keep.
Alright. I guess let us talk to the other person who's been in this room this entire time that we haven't acknowledged.
So,
Oros.
okay, you find Gorgos has, while you guys are talking, he's wandered off and is now talking with a small forest gnome woman who seems to be trailing behind him and listening to some of his orders. Do you approach him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah! Familiar faces. I was wondering when we'd see you again.
It's good to see you too, Gorgos. Not hard to know when we're summoned. We come right away.
The forest gnome waves at you as well. This is Lorelei Leffrey, the woman that you met on the road.
Ah, yes.
Oh. Wasn't she with someone else too?
At the time she was, yep.
Okay.
Do you guys say anything to her? She just waves.
Hail, Laura.
Hello!
Where is your friend, Chump?
She makes a sour face and says, Shump works at Schoenstein's Forge now. I wouldn't call him that name to his face, though. He's still got that big branch. She titters. Oh, if you're here to see Kiara, right now, she's in the Keep Garden, just through those doors there. Through the doors, you guys can see some sunlight cascading in through an open courtyard. And assuming you enter the garden, you guys can see a copse of vegetation and plants in this open courtyard. Some very small trees, bushes, all surrounded by a massive tree that kind of dominates the center of it. And standing kind of on the edge, looking at the garden, is a woman with long red hair. She appears to be half elven. And off to across the room on the other side of one of the doors, you see a young elven woman with long silver hair, and she sees you guys and seems to kind of take notice of you, but doesn't make any movement or say anything, and she just resumes her guard. She seems to be watching over Kiara, and you recognize her as the young elven woman with cut ears that you saw on the road to Burle.
Adri. They were all traveling together, right?
Yeah.
Can we speak to her?
So right now, Adri is like across the room on the other side of the garden, and Kiara is kind of off to the side, a few feet away from you, like probably 20 or 30 feet away from you.
Gotcha.
But you can go and approach whoever you want.
I'd like to just go chat with her.
Which are?
Adri.
Okay. As you approach her, she looks at you, and then she's trying to remain aloof and rigid, like a guard. But you can see that as you approach her, she becomes more and more nervous and anxious.
Oh. Yeah, Adri. It has been some time since we last saw each other.
Her eyes look at you as you speak, when she does not reply.
Can I insight check to see why she's acting like that?
Go ahead, make an insight check. You don't know why, but you do recall she was like this the first time you met her as well.
Well, what brings you to Burle? Are you a guard here?
From behind you, you hear a voice that says, "She doesn't talk much." And you turn to see that it's Kiara speaking. She says, "Not in a crowd, at least." Welcome.
Some of us are cursed with the gift of the gab. I see that blessing does not fall upon everyone.
Her face does not waver from the serious look on her face. And she says, "Are you all here then?"
Indeed, we've come as you've requested.
"Come forward, Dragonborn."
I step forward. Yes, I am here. My name is Tharhun, servant to justice.
"Well met, Tharhun. It's been many years since I've seen one of your kind." Now that you guys get closer, you can see, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but she's a half-elf. And she says, "Servant of justice. That is good to hear. Although I fear that these days many claim to be a servant of justice, and few actually value it. Tell me, Tharhun, how long have you since you were transformed?"
Not very long. A week, maybe 2.
Well, then you can't possibly know everything that has gone on in this land. Tell me. And she turns to the other 3 and says, "What experience do you have? Have any of you 3, or even you, Tharhun, been to Seaton as of late?"
Always the questions about Seaton. That horrible place is full of fair hands, and we've discovered we are unwelcome.
Indeed.
Bunch of fair hands.
Seaton has been the subject of several attacks over the last weeks. However, I must admit that I am concerned about the way the response that Lord Feldrin has taken to these attacks. You said you were unwelcome. Can you tell me more?
Well, we were imprisoned. It was, all in all, a very bad time. It was a dark, dark time.
And when was this?
Many moons ago.
Well, perhaps what you do not know is that only a matter of a fortnight ago, the town was under siege, and a fire broke out across the city. Reports of animals and plants turning against people.
Ah, the Great Fire. We've heard legend of it.
From 2 weeks ago.
Since then, I've heard disturbing reports. The people of Seaton have turned on those they call the Unbound. Anyone who's not a human. The Great Binding is a wonderful religion, but they have turned it, and they do not act in the same spirit that I know Cormac Fairhand would demand. There's rumors of that the Unbound, the non-humans, are subjected to toil and work, and have been moved, unable to retain their businesses and properties. My concern is that all I have are rumors, and without solid proof, I'm unable to take any action against Lord Feldrin. I'm getting ahead of myself. What say you to these rumors?
I myself have not heard of the Unbound. However, knowing Seaton is full of racists, I wouldn't be surprised of a subsection of super racists.
We have not had good experiences with the Fair Hands. In fact, even on the path here to Burle, we, even in the process of saving Fair Hands, they still it still nearly came to blows due to their rampant racism.
I have to admit, I was hoping that you would have more information, or perhaps encountered more. I feel like I have all these pieces to the puzzle, but no picture to put them together with. Have you heard of a band of elves? The Fallen Leaves, some call them.
We have heard of them.
I believe that it was they who carried out the attacks on Seaton. But how does all this fit together? It's impossible for me to tell here. I'll be blunt. I'm seeking outside help. People who are able to perhaps investigate Seaton where I am unable to.
Seaton is a very difficult place to make it into for people such as us. What do you expect us to do?
That's the question, Yook. Come. And she draws you towards a small side room where there's a table, and on the table is an unfurled map. Alright. She says, "You've been to Seaton, yes?"
Indeed, we have.
She points at the top of the map here where you can see a very rough map that's been drawn out here. And she says, "Indeed, it is a difficult town, but getting in will not be the hard part. To my knowledge, Lord Feldrin has not restricted the entrance of anyone into the town. However, what rumors we have gained say that those that they call unbound, any non-human, is restricted to the residential quarter. And they're only able to leave to go to the market once per week. What's worse, we've heard that any non-human who is living anywhere else other than the residential quarter has been, pardon, she says to the elves, dispossessed of their property. As a result, the trades quarter is half barren, empty businesses and services going unmanned. Of course, you've been to Seaton. I'm sure you remember the lighthouse fortress that Feldrin makes as his keep. This lighthouse once was a warning to all the ships heading for the coast of Taden Bay, but Lord Feldrin has rigged the lighthouse to shine down on the town at night, illuminating it and watching over the people. The town square and the temple district and the docks and the warehouse will both be well lit from the lighthouse. Now, if I can count on you, as Commander Eleander Fireborn tells me I can, if you're half the heroes he says you are, I implore you. I need your help to enter Seaton, and perhaps there is something that you four can do that I cannot do. I'm bound by the Council Land laws and the politics between the Lord and myself, Mir Castellan. If you can bring back evidence, then perhaps I can move my forces with the blessing of the Council against Seaton.
Evidence of what exactly? Their acts against elves are not exactly secret.
That's true, but their actions are against more than elves. As I said, any non-human is receiving this kind of treatment. If this is true, it certainly would be negatively seen on the Council. But I suspect that Lord Feldrin is... I suspect that he is working with the Follows Cairn. If you have evidence of this, then we will be able to move more openly.
Why would he work with those who attack his own city?
I have to admit, I don't know. But I do know Lord Feldrin, and though a stern man, he is not this kind of man. Perhaps they have gotten to him. Perhaps he has been ensorcelled. I don't know. I don't know how the fair hands would allow a man like him to be so easily manipulated, unless perhaps. But I'm just guessing now. What say you? I know this is a difficult task I ask of you.
Well, I believe I have been sent here to assist you and to bring justice for the people of Seaton and the rest of this land. I will do what I can, although I must say I am better with my sword than I am with this type of stealthy kind of work.
My friends, I've overloaded you. You've traveled long today, and I've asked a great deal of you. Stay here tonight. You may sleep here in a barrack if you wish, or the Hearthmaiden home has comfortable beds that you may sleep in. Meet me here tomorrow. We will discuss this, and perhaps we will put together a plan.
Very good.
Yes, I am weary from my battle today and from our travels.
Especially the travels.
Kiara thanks you and bids you good day. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you call it a night at Burle?
Don't think so.
Anything that happened last time we were here that we can follow up on?
We could ask about the farm again, about the troll, to see if it's still running amok.
That's true.
Well,
I don't even remember who told us about that. I think it was Gorgos, maybe?
I think
no,
it was Gorgos.
was it?
No? Well, that was, I think...
Was it Laura and Audrey and Chum?
I think it was
it
Gorgos, and he was gonna get us audience with the...
With Kiara.
Kira.
Kira.
Yeah.
Kira.
If we did that for him. Zoran Thicklewood is from Burle. Who the heck is that? I don't remember that guy.
Zoran Tigwood.
Yeah, he's the best. I miss him. We were best friends and then bitter enemies, and then he left.
Oh, yeah! Let's see.
That guy is amazing. Why did he leave again? What happened? Was he was a spy or something, right?
Yeah, he was working for... what's his face on the council?
What's his face? Alright, well, I think we will stop it there for tonight, guys. Very good game.